Hey there everyone, welcome to another reaction and analysis video. Today we're going to be checking out the group Sabaton. This is the first time I've heard them, and they're going to be doing their song Bismarck. The song tells the story of the German battleship Bismarck, which was one of the largest and most powerful warships in World War II. It was ultimately sunk by the British Royal Navy in 1941 after a relentless pursuit. That sounds pretty epic, and from what I understand, this whole video is pretty epic, so I can't wait to get to it. Don't forget to check out the description down below. I have links down there where you can go to Sabaton's official channel, a link where you can go and purchase their music and help support the artist. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts on this music today down in the comments section. This is like an epic mini movie.
The signal comes by wireless and has spotted the plane's man.
I like that sound in the distance too.
So, did you find the boat?
It's like a call to arms. Maybe that sound is more like sonar, the sound you would normally hear for sonar, since we're dealing with ships. I like the string pad, just the short sounds. Okay.
From the mist, a ship is taking form, and the silence of the seas are about to drift into a storm. Sign of power, show of force, raise the anchor, battleships guarding its course. Ride up a nation of beasts made of steel.
Okay, that's a pretty sick section there with the guitar riff that they're playing there. I like that. Boy, this guy's voice is awesome. I like that little bit of gruffness, that grovelness that he has in his voice. Love that. These guys are awesome. This is not what I thought I was getting with Sabaton. I've never heard them before. They are pretty awesome. I love the sound of this.
Raise the anchor, battleships guarding its course. Ride up a nation of beasts made of steel. Bismarck in motion, king of the ocean.
That's epic. That's cool.
The waves across the seven seas. To lead the war machine, to rule the waves and lead the Kriegsmarine. The terror of the seas, the Bismarck and the Kriegsmarine.
Oh, I'm going to stop right there. Oh my gosh, this thing is so awesome. They were right whenever they said this was a little bit like a mini movie. I mean, I'm watching this thing and it feels like I'm watching a movie, and the music just really adds to the visual that we're getting here. The music is just emulating what we're seeing in the visual, you know, with the firing of the weapons and, you know, the cannons and everything, and just the hard drumming that we have going on here with the hard guitar riffs and everything. It just kind of goes together, and these guys are amazing. That drummer's keeping a really good beat, really good time. He's putting some great fills in there. These guitar lines are pretty epic too. I love them, and they keep changing up what's going on.
The terror of the seas, the Bismarck and the
I like what the drummer did there. He kind of foreshadowed that fill that he was doing coming up. He had a little gaduk. It was different from everything else he was playing. And then later on, he put that fill in there. Oh, yes. There's that guitar riff that they've been playing, that do 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 do, just a little running pattern of notes, and then they just hang on that high note, that epic high note. And when you're doing something like that, I think it just makes this so much more epic, because of that whole thing. You've got, that run, da 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 da, but then you're hanging on that high note and you're creating some anticipation within the song for what's coming next. And then, of course, they come back to that. Da, 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 da. So did you notice, when we came to this spot here where there's some epic battle scenes going on, the music changed. So it changed along with the visual that we had going on. That's kind of an odd feel there. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. They're almost like pausing on the downbeat, creating a little hesitation. There's a little rest on that downbeat, and then they play that run. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Instead of what we would expect right on the beat. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. That's interesting that they chose to do that. Oh, that was an epic guitar solo. I want to back up and hear a little more of that again. Just some simple things, had a nice little melodic line. And then you like to hang on certain notes. You like to bend, that note a little bit, create, just that little pitch bend, some arpeggios and stuff in there. Really cool patterns. It doesn't take super complicated technical things to really make a great guitar solo. You want a lot of feeling in there, and just adding a little bit of those technical elements along the way just creates more interest in that pattern that they're playing. Really great solo. That was awesome. What a story. And yet we have another part. I mean, this is like almost like rock, symphonic metal kind of thing. Totally different part again. Da-ga-da-ga-da, da-ga. That's a really cool pattern, rhythm. So it's da-da-da, da-da-da. That's actually the pattern that they have going on there. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da 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 da, triplet, da da da. So it almost feels like a mixed rhythm that they have there. Maybe some triplets and da 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 da, some triplets and maybe some eighth notes, sixteenths. Great tom work too in between of all those rhythm patterns.
Pride of a nation of beasts made of steel, Bismarck in motion, king of the ocean, he was made to rule the waves across the seven seas, to lead the war machine, to rule the waves and lead the Kriegsmarine.
I love that guitar melody. Du-du-du-du-da-da-da. His voice just really lends itself to this whole story of the Bismarck. I love the stuff that he's doing and just that. I don't know. I mean, if I didn't see him, I would picture him a big dude. He just sounds like he's a big dude. You know, he's got a big voice, big dude, and it just projects everything about this Bismarck, this whole story about the Bismarck. I love it.
To lead the war machine, to rule the waves and lead the Kriegsmarine. The terror of the seas, the Bismarck and the Kriegsmarine. To lead the war machine, rule the waves and lead the Kriegsmarine.
This is really building.
The terror of
End's coming.
Bismarck and the Kriegsmarine. To lead the war machine, rule the waves and lead the Kriegsmarine. The terror of the seas, Bismarck and the Kriegsmarine.
Coming back to that. So we came back to the sounds, the rhythms, the melodies, even that sonar sound that we heard at the beginning. I want to go back and I want to hear this ending again because they surprised me a little bit. I felt like everything was just epically building up. They were layering it. They were just making all the instruments play all their different parts, but it was coming together. You just thought this was building up to this huge ending, and they changed it up on me there.
Bismarck and the Kriegsmarine. To lead the war machine,
Great build-up.
waves and lead the Kriegsmarine.
And then if I remember right, they put pauses in there in between the rhythms and melodies that they were playing with those notes. That was the surprise part, I think.
The terror of the seas, Bismarck and the Kriegsmarine.
And I think that was just an epic ending the way they chose to do that too, because I mean, they were just popping those notes. Those notes were so together. I'm actually very excited here. You know, I've always heard of Sabaton, but for some reason when I heard that name Sabaton, I was picturing something totally different. Way more harder than what I heard today. I did not consider that hard at all. I mean, that was almost like symphonic rock metal to me. Just, you know, I mean, we had some string elements in there at times. And just the instruments and the way they played things, you know, I was totally shocked. That wasn't what I was expecting, but that was so epic. And to take a theme like that, you know, this warship that just, you know, was being pursued during World War II, and they were doing everything they could to fight the enemy off. And I mean, that's pretty epic, you know, for a band like this to take that as the theme of a piece of music that they created and they performed. That's mind-blowing. I wouldn't expect that, you know, from a group like this, but yet here we are. And That was just so good. These guys are great musicians. The drummer was just laying down some great stuff. I love that guitar solo. That guitar solo was epic. His melodies were just soaring over everything. I love that. And the lead singer's voice. That's the thing I think that surprised me the most. I don't know, with a group like this, I just kind of pictured a little more screaming. That's what I thought Sabaton, was. This really hard rock, guitar, metal, and then guys screaming over top of it. And that is not what we got today. And I'm very glad that, my channel members on Patreon and YouTube got together and made this suggestion. And even some of you got to vote, and you decided to do this song as the fan favorite for February. I've never heard Sabaton, and I'm so glad I heard Sabaton now. This was a very cool and epic song. So many awesome musical elements in here. Don't forget to check out the description down below, because I put links down there for their official YouTube channel, the official video, a link where you can go and purchase their music and help support them. That's an awesome thing to do. There's even links down below on ways you can support my channel if you'd like to do that. And if you do, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Something you can do for the channel that's totally free. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, put a comment down below. I love reading your comments. I try to get to as many as I can. Takes me a while. There's a lot of comments, but I try to get to them all eventually. If you enjoy music like this and discovering new music like this, just like I did today, all you got to do is click on another video that YouTube's suggesting to you right over there and keep watching. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.